Yo, what is up, folks? MTG here, and I'm limit testing a brand new build of Elves today. It's got some new cards and some old cards, kind of like starting with the new stuff. We have Werewolf Bodyguard, 1 white and white for a 2/2. It has flash by itself, but it's also an Elf Fox Knight, and so synergizes as well with our Elf cards. When Werewolf Bodyguard enters the battlefield, X up to one other target non-Fox creature until Werewolf Bodyguard enters the battlefield, and you can sacrifice to gain some life. Awesome. So this is a removal spell we can play that also has the elf creature type on it, which means it benefits other cards, or Master, Visionary, Game into the Pack, all that stuff. Okay, sweet. And there's some other stuff we're doing. Because we're playing like this is white, we're making some kind of sacrifices, and we are definitely doing some actual limit testing here. We have triple green for Circle of Dreams Druid, we have double white for Werewolf Bodyguard, but we also are playing Kyla's Reconstruction. It's like, alright, if we're going to play white for Werewolf Bodyguard, let's play a few more white sources and try and play Kyla's Reconstruction. So we have Collected Company. Collected Company is obviously the elf staple. 3 of the green, look at the top 6. 2 creature cards, mana value 3 or less. Find either like Lord effects or Shaman. Dig for Shaman to kill your opponent. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kyla's Reconstruction is a similar thing. X, white, white, white. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to X artifact and or creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest of the bottom of the library in a random order. So the top 7 number stays the same, and then the number changes is the number of creatures you get to put into play. And obviously we're playing 20 lands, we've got a good ratio of elves to other cards in our deck. You can often grab a few things off of it. And we can kind of channel mana into this either through our elves, Circle of the Dreams Druid. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it's basically companies 5 through 8, and it is a little bit trickier to cast. To that end, then, we have our kind of 8 normal mana elves, and then we're also playing the Forge of Spirit Sentinels. Sometimes it gets played anyway, it comes in and out depending on what variant you're playing of the deck. I have made a bunch of elf videos, there are a couple of different good variants, so definitely have a look at the backlog. I do have a playlist set up, I think. But here, tap and untap creature control. Add 1 mana of any colour, and so you can use that to help you find the extra white source you need for this, or for Werewolf Bodyguard if you're not finding Elf Collected Company and you're having to cast it from your hand. We then have our kind of the best elves we can play, for Elvish Warmaster and for Leaf Crown Visionary. We're not playing any of the other Elf Lord. It's the 6 mana to get another copy of it is just way too slow. If you're having to activate that, you've already lost the game. And as a 1/1 itself, just the possible select isn't good enough to warrant a spot on the deck anymore, unfortunately. Leaf Crown Visionary, though, is a Lord as well, but has an amazing ability for whenever you cast an elf, you can pay green and draw a card. Awesome, awesome. Another way to channel mana in, gives you a really good engine to win some of the slower grinding matchups, either versus control, or decks just trying to kill your creatures, like Rakdos. And then Elvish Warmaster is like an amazing win condition that also kind of lets you go wide and build a big board. Whenever an elf enters the battlefield under your control, make an elf warrior, triggers once a turn, but then has a 7 mana kind of overrun style ability to give all your elves +2/+2 and Death Touch. And you can reach that either with your mana elves, or that's the main reason why Circle of Dreams Druid is in the deck. Hey, if you get to untap with Circle of Dreams Druid, you probably are winning the game. It's just a huge source of mana. It's like a kill on sight card for your opponent, and then you can channel that into Reconstruction, Company, Warmaster to power out the overrun ability, or just drawing a bunch of cards off your Crown Visionary. Just super powerful. 4 copies of Shaman, simple as, enter the battlefield, target opponent loses life with some elves you control, just that kind of fireball effect, often finding multiple will just win you the game on the spot. So the Dreams Druid again, massive mana engine, and then 4 copies of Werewolf Bodyguard, which is the new kind of like removal spell that we're trying to test out. And this is going to make a big difference in matchups like Greasefang, where normally like if they have it on turn 3, you are probably decks you're a little slower, and a few other decks like that, where we now have a way to interact with creatures. And again, we can find it off of Company and stuff. That's kind of the idea of the deck. The mana base, we do need some black sources to be able to cash in the pack, but again, we've got just Spirit Sentinel to help with that. We have 4 copies of Overgrown Tomb, 4 copies of Gleaming Marsh. Cool. We've got 4 Razorverge Thickets, 4 Temple Garden, a single Brushland, and then a Mana Confluence. So we are kind of really testing, limit testing the mana base, trying to cast Reconstruction. We'll see how that goes. The last thing here is a Beseiju. It's just so good. Leyline Binding, Temporary Lockdown, all that kind of stuff can absolutely ruin your day. And also having some interaction for like Fires and Invention is also super helpful. We're going into the best 3 rank games, so we also have a sideboard here. It is fairly focused. We have 3 copies of Shaper's Sanctuary and 3 copies of Monsters, the Vivian, Monsters Advocate versus kind of control and mid-range decks. Shaper's Sanctuary, when a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability opponent controls, you may draw a card. And then Vivian, just as a way to just generate a ton of advantage, lets you cast creatures off the top of your library, makes beast itself. You can play this on like turn 3 off of a couple of elves, and all of a sudden your opponent has a ton of stuff to deal with, and even if they wipe the board, you've still just got a bunch more cards either off the top or just making beasts with it. We then have some more creature attractions. So alongside our Werewolf Bodyguard to the main deck, we have 2 copies of Pylon out of the sideboard. Taking advantage of the new kind of Convoke spell is pretty nice. I say new, it's been out for a while now. 3 copies of Reclamation Sage. Hey, it's an elf that destroys artifacts and enchantments. It's really, really helpful. 3 copies of Scavenging Ooze to shore up Greasefang and some of those other matchups. Also nice versus aggro, so you can trade off your creatures a little bit and feel not too bad about that because you can just generate them and turn them into life later on in the game. And then this is a hedge to me just hating on angels. 1 copy of Knight of Dusk's Knight of Dusk's Shadow. It's a kind of cool tech piece. 1 on the black for a 2/2, and the main thing here is that it says your opponents can't gain life, which is super, super handy and lets you kind of carry on and just elf ball them out, and their angels all get turned off, which is nice. And we can obviously kind of dig for it with Company and Reconstruction, which makes it a really, really nice handy piece to be able to board into. Yeah, a little spiteful, but hey, I don't want to lose to angels. That's it. So let's hop into some ranked games. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It's absolutely free and it supports me a ton. So yeah, let's go. All right, first match here with Elves. Ooh, we do get to go on the play, and we will mulligan this no-land hand. Alright, rough times. The second one looks pretty good. We've got 2 white sources, Elf, Lords. We'll bottom a Reconstruction here. That seems fine. And straight into it. So, one of the interesting things, like, yeah, we're playing Reconstruction. Obviously, Werewolf Bodyguard is white, and an Elf. If you don't want to play Reconstructions, it is possible. We have our, basically, greatest start possible here. Right, just on Fairies. Don't know if mono blue or blue black, but probably playing black cards as well. This is kind of a must-kill card, otherwise you get to just get a bunch of mana. We don't necessarily have anything to channel this into yet, but they don't know that. And so they maybe just are forced to main phase removal spell on it anyway. Brazen Morrow, okay, not super efficient, but okay. Just gonna play it again. One of the things is that if you don't want to play Reconstruction, you can play Company, Shaman of the Pack, all that kind of stuff with Werewolf Bodyguard and just play the like creature type lands. It's included Courtyard. I wanted to try out Reconstruction and see kind of how far we can push things. I'm gonna go green. Yeah, we should try and maximize circle. We can go Lord here, and then we can go 1, 2, 3. Circle Dreams Druid, and then we can kick it here. And so even if they count on the Druid, we'll still be able to draw a card. Would have maybe liked to draw the War Master first, but it is what it is. Okay. They're committing to the board, so that means it's unlikely they have a board wipe unless it's like a creature type one. And there's like creatures get -3, -3 except for a creature type, I think. Which can be pretty powerful. It's something we need to worry about a little bit maybe. But other than that, like we have interaction here, we're gonna have a ton of mana. Okay. So Sheoldred here. We don't have another white source for Reconstruction. I think we can just go white, white, white. Bodyguard Sheoldred. We're not activating War Master this turn. I'm just gonna pay green to draw now. And we lose the life of Sheoldred, but we can definitely afford to take a hit here. Alright, cool. So then, make green mana. 5. We're gonna basically try and use all our resources this turn. So I've still got enough to play. I can play this and draw off of this Circle Druid. Okay. And then we'll go War Master. I will pay for one of these. Find the other one. You now have the triple white for Reconstruction 3 built. I'm just gonna cast these two. Actually, I'm gonna hold one of them back. I'll just pay for one. I actually would like to draw towards another War Master. Because now if they do have a board wipe they can play it, but we're in a better spot. Probably should, maybe should have got the borrow. I think if they remove one of the lords and not the War Master, we're super happy. If they do have 4 mana wrath effects, we're okay. Cool. Yeah, they're just dead. Nice. Game 2. So, despite them using blue black, they've not shown too much slot removal, so I don't know if these shape essentially is going to be particularly good. It's a bit of a weird one. Like, I'll probably be pretty happy with these Vivians, because at worst they also make reach blockers. They are 5 mana, so it might be a little awkward to resolve. But I think that's fine. Bring all 3 in? Let's just think about what we want to take out. We've seen Sheldred. We could potentially bring in some pylons. There's not really tons of creatures you want to answer though. So maybe we bring in like one of these. We also have the bodyguards. Versus blue black, they're not like super reliable removal because they can just be removed. I think if we maybe there's maybe a match we want to trim bodyguards. Just because they're gonna have like fatal push doesn't like. I guess they'd have to have like drown in the lock or like real removal. Maybe this is more reliable. I think it depends how they've constructed their fairies build. Or like blue black. Oh, you saw enough fairies. I think we can call it fairies. I don't want to sideboard super heavily, so I think I'm just going to play 2 Vivians and trim down on Circle Druid. I'm not 100. Alright. And it was like it's a really, because their SR deck's like pretty cheap. Trimming down some of the more expensive stuff is good, but Company and Reconstruction are both really cards about this rebuild. They're definitely going to have some sweepers post board. So you want those cards in the deck. Vivian does a similar thing. It's fine. But like, Circle of Dream Druid is really easy for them to punish, especially when they're on the play and we're going to be like, effectively like, they're always going to be mana ahead of us. Be able to hold up counter magic. It's a little slow, but I think I'll keep it. We're on the draw. Okay. Not too much at that point. They did mulligan to 6 there. Can see what else they've got up to. Oh, mulligan to 5 in the end. Jeez. Okay, that's tough. Alright, no thoughtseize. Gonna play it tapped. Overreaching. We're gonna sequence kind of so we want to keep the Visionary alive if possible. And this is just rogues. Hammers have a higher density of every cards. Is fair enough. It doesn't mean that their 5-card hand might be kind of nuts still. If the game goes long, we want the generation to survive, but then also the War Master is like the thing that gets the most benefit of cast. If it gets to stay alive here and they don't have a removal spell. However, I'm expecting this to get like... Okay, I think I need to put this on the bottom because we need to draw lands. We still have the Leaf Visionary to play next time. Let's see how things go. Ooh, second Enforcer is really good. 7. Oh, that's 8 cards. Done. Numbers can be hard. This can't be Fatal Push, which is they can't remove it straight away. And if we get to untap with it, especially if we draw the land for Company, we can go like Company into activation or something like that. Or we can go like Leaf Crown Visionary into... No, absolutely no blocks. Leaf Crown Visionary into Shaman of the Pack. Kaito. 3 mana Kaito as well. Okay, sure. I'm just gonna draw. Don't have to discard, it phases out. Oh, it's a good draw. 1, 2, 1. Gonna do some weird balance of things. We want a whole Company. So the Company's the easiest thing for them to interact with. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I almost want the mana, but we have white spells. Just take these. Just They would have removed Circle of Dangers if they had another removal spell. Let's like one of the Tigers and the horses. Okay. I don't want to. Shaman. This is now attacking for 4. The thing to keep an eye on, I think, the main thing with this build is like I think that do this. See what they have. One of these things where if they have a rogue, we still trade. So I'm not too bothered. We don't really get got. Gonna draw a Kaito. This is also enable Fatal Push. We still do have a Shaman in the pack. I think it's slightly awkward. We don't want to attack with this. The 2/3. Lord. White. So once we have the Spirit Sentinel in play, we can play another one. Which is cool. I think it means we're just not attacking this. Fine. -7. Or okay. And then I think I want a Shaman actually. And we'll pay again with the Sentinel. Let's have the Bodyguard. Oh, we drew mana couplets as well. Alright, nice. So kind of concealing the War Master here means that we're not showing we can overrun, but because we're getting so much mana off this druid, we can play and activate the War Master at the same turn anyway. Like, maybe they draw authorities, but it's also very possible they might have boarded them out. Get hit by after 2, which is really good. Also gives them a Enforcer back. But we have a little bit of stuff to rebuild with. Ooh, that is painful though. Okay. What we're worried about. Like, Kaito's gonna keep picking up.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Let's say review about creature hard pronounce the battlefield. Okay. There are 2 turns off of this. We have War Master. We want to draw into either an elf or a land. Kind of forced into main phasing this because it could have counter magic. Flies that also buffs the team. Alright, let's see what they have then. Like 1 white source of being able to Reconstruction. But these stuck in the hand are not necessarily a great sign. Maybe this is a little too deep. And you can play Reconstruction, but I think you have to commit to playing green-white if you want to do that, which is a little awkward. I'm fine taking. I just drawn them a lot of cards.
I'll be taking that now.
Letting this kind of sit around is maybe a mistake. There is a white source. I want to have the Bodyguard. Maybe we do need to. Put these here. They have a flash creature, what are the chances it raise? They still need to deal damage to us, right? I'm gonna go like tier up Shield Dread. I'll make these attack. You can always sacrifice the Bodyguard for some life. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. We are on 12 though. DB hitting stuff. Oh, they have 2 blockers. Ooh, that is really awkward. It's getting milled out as well. I try to play around the Massacre a little bit more, but kind of falling for it here. These things at least trade off if they get blocked. Getting back to Soaring Tides is not a great sign. I'm actually going to let these through, which is fine, I think.
You're good, but I'm better.
Play this then. There you go. We can sacrifice the bodyguard to gain some life. And Kyle, we don't need to worry about making embleming. It should have been really bad. Let's see then. So infrared in the air. I'm down to say that's fine. Oh, this can block, can't it? Cuts the clock by quite a bit, I think. So I think I'm gonna block. Even though having the almost in place good, we still like presenting threats. 5. What's it gonna have here? Mask doesn't really change the mass? Okay, it's ticking instead of down ticking. I was like, if they down tick, they could present lethal again. We do have the hive as well. 3 cards in hand. Our turn. You now have access to Reconstruction. I want them to use mana. I think. Pick one here. Maybe I'm throwing. That is possible. The minute we can sacrifice the Werewolf Bodyguard to gain a life? Okay. The reason why this is like not just putting me inside survive is because we've got the hive turret. Nah, never drown the water. Oh, that would have removed the blocker anyway. They could have animated hive. Kill us. Creature. It's like that, I'll play the Crown Visionary. 4 creatures. This also hits Planeswalkers. We do want these. The Bodyguard, I still feel really awkward about because it is. I don't want to bring Germans. Stuff that. Reconstructions were maybe just set in hand a little too much. You also just don't seem to be playing that much spot removal. Here it's not that bad, and we're also on the play now, which makes them more valuable. I'm gonna make the executives cut these and just play like this. Alright. Idea was to limit test the reconstructions, but in this matchup they're just a little too like them being stranded in hand and not being castable is really punishing. And we need to kind of keep creatures in play to be able to cast them. Kind of relying on that a bit. Oh gosh, so Elf into Warmaster. I think I'm mulligan the one lander on 7. And we keep this, and then hope to draw a good card. I'm going to put a company on the bottom, because I value Vivian higher, if we can resolve it. They've also been pretty prone to just tapping out on their turn. Despite playing a flash deck, which... Okay. Alright. They also mulligan. Yeah, last game was tough. Maybe overextended a little bit. Especially since they mulligan. No attack. If they have a ring, we can just block it. If they have the triple Thieves Enforcer Guild Enforcer hand, and then we're in trouble. But okay, they made a blue source anyway. That gives us something to do this time. We'll cast that. And next time we can pass with company up. Feels pretty good. Down here, end of the day, not that bad. And again, I'm not going to attack into this. But yeah, if they have a Soaring Sky Thief, then we kind of get blown out here, so I might not block if they do attack now. But, alright, ticket. They've got 3 mana, I'm going to pass. It's very telegraphed. The idea is 3 company on their turn, and then untap Vivian. Oh well, maybe untap Vivian. And kind of make something happen. I'll respond to this, because I can't currently drown and lock this card. We have 3 cards in the graveyard. So responding to this trigger is actually important. I'm gonna take the Enforcer. I feel like they can still attack with the Enforcer this turn, it's kind of annoying. Mill through a pylon, we've lost 2 Leaf Crown Vision. And also on the bottom. Ooh, they have a fatal push here, which is not great. But not the end of the world either. Now we can Vivian though, land this and then start making reach blockers. Alright. It's you, Doggo. Like, you could have taken Leaf Conjuring off of this, which plays... Like, the removal spell is going to be good regardless. But, hey. Awesome to use it here and then... Ground the token. They can pressure Vivian. Oh. They have 1 card in hand. They kind of really have to grind through this. Pick up. Make another reach. Okay. Well, blocker, I should say, really. We will go green, deep crown visionary. Human open. Trigger, and we will pay into this. Well, that's both pylons gone. No, we cannot. That's true. I'll not attack with this then. So no. Without, they can kill Vivian, but we have a lethal attack back the other way. We can activate War Master. What are we able to do here? They don't attack. We have one of these. The combat. Yeah, no reason I think to sacrifice the Crown Missionary. What's out of this? Me trying to remember if Aetherize is illegal on Arena. I'm stupid. Just shocked and double activated. Actually. I mean... They've not confirmed their box yet. Using the maths? Yeah, because this maths for 7, we could, this actually makes 14. Count sometimes, so... I'll activate that. This puts them to 5. I need to think about whether they're going to have a removal, oh, I could have done some weird trick thing, but I think this is just better. We could have gone like, down tick this, cast this, get a Jaspier Sentinel. Okay, we're still going to do this. So one cool thing here, with Vivian we can see top card of our library. So we know whether we want to pay the green here. If it's an elf, we can leave it on top, because we can just cast it off of the Vivian. Or if it's a creature, we can just leave it on top. We'll pay to Draw company? It's a draw card, but us having collected company I think is better. And I'm gonna shock here and pass, given that we have company up. That way, if they're drawn to a wrath, we have company still. Alright, well, we've got Shaman on top. You know, we have a Shaman in the Pack of the library. I'll just cast company now, and we get two. Yeah, double dodge. Triggers, they die. Nice. Okay. A couple of places I could have played a little better. I think just like tidy things up a bit, be efficient. But yeah, sweet. All right, next match. Okay, match number 2. Is he on the play again? Yorion deck over here just handles absolutely everything. Like, the only thing else I can ask for really is to draw a 1-mana elf. So we can go War Master Elf. But looks really solid. We'll see what kind of Yorion deck they're playing. The Taurus Proving Ground appears to be enigmatic incarnation. But hey, still early days so far. Given that, okay, I think we shot the War Master out first. Even though we can start drawing cards with Visionary, I think that starting to amass elves quickly. Let's see if they have interactions. This is like a key point. Like, do they have like a 2-mana removal spell? Nothing so far. I'll pay 2 life for this. Go Leaf Crown Visionary. See if they have any responses. That's like they kill the War Master, they kill the Visionary. I'm gonna go for the War Master, stop us going wide. That is okay. Go for that's interesting. Maybe isn't enigmatic. This could be smaller in deck. Alright. In which case we definitely want to dump mana into the crown and start drawing cards. Alright, 3 mana, cultivate. Okay, never mind. This is nothing like anything I was planning on I was thinking about. Something a bit more off the beaten track maybe. Island forest though. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if they're beating. Okay, drawing the reflection means you want to dump. Oh, we can reflection this turn. We also have in the pack draw a card. I'd rather kind of invest into what we have in play and then reconstruct to rebuild. So we're gonna have at least 5 mana with it. Play. I'll play the top. Okay, let's cast this and pay mana into it with the elf. Okay. I'm not going to invest this now. I'm going to the red zone. Well, we have the coverage in play. I'm just going to get every card out of it, especially because it seems like they're playing something more controlling. We'll go for the throat, then something to place the board. Yeah, so we see the Shadow's Verdict. That's fair enough. We have a company. I'm going to do, given that, I will do this, and then we can reconstruct for more later. We're obviously telegramming the Clouds Company pretty hard, but fine. I'm pretty. Shadow's Verdict as well. If I honestly pretend, Shadow's Verdict makes me think they're maybe on some of the Beanstalk plan. So the Omen's kind of ominous as well. Obviously, he plays really well with Yorion though. I'm probably gonna end up doing some kind of up the Beanstalk Yorion deck fairly soon. I'm not really much yet. Sheldred. Oh, no. We want the Sheldred to resolve and then cast this. Okay. Be on end step. Because we actually have answers for Sheldred in this deck. Which is cool. Leaf Crown Visionary plus Circle of Dreams Druid. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I need to be careful drawing cards off of that. One. 2, 3, white, white, white. It's a recon for 3. Okay. And now it's like, oh, do you draw a card? What are we doing here? Let's do 3, 10. Okay, hold on to this. The cabin of the board wipe, which is really annoying. We'll put them at 7. If they have a board wipe, we can't really do anything about it. Yeah, the languish. That gives them the shield drop back as well. Tough. You can often play through one, but not multiple. Recon's a good rebuilding card. We will go ahead and cast this for 3 again. I'm dumb. Oh. Yeah, recon for 2. That's why it took turns before. Oh, have they got a counter spell? This. Okay. That might be game over. Alright, language maybe not. Damn. That's tough. We're at 7. Let's have a bodyguard. We can cast this. That's shoulder. They have the Yorion to do stuff with. We have to have like everything go right for us here. And they're gonna get to Scryfall draw 2. So we'll see. Oh gosh. Yeah, Tybalt's pretty great. This is like 5 color. This is like Bring to Light, but without Bring to Light. Like ideally, like Valkyrie's playing the Bring to Light deck, so you can Bring to Light for like effectively the 2 mana bit and actually cast the 7 mana version. But just at this game, that's fine. Okay, okay, yeah, rough. That went not as well as it could have done. We didn't see Fable. We didn't see Leyline Binding. It isn't like they're playing well at all, which makes fair. Yeah. So I think we're gonna bring out our anti-like control cards. So 3 copies of Vivian, 3 copies of Shape Sanctuary. They do have a decent. I imagine they have a decent amount of slot removal. We only saw Ghost for Throat, but they're gonna have a bunch of other stuff that targets. These are worthwhile. Maybe one of these pylons in, but maybe not, honestly. So again, a bit of a dilemma with the reconstructions because they're really good at rebuilding from rats. Like we got to rebuild a couple of times. Our opponent just managed to deal with what we managed to put to play. But they are a little clunky. So because we're kind of struggling to play to the board or keep things on board, they have a lot of spot removal as well, which makes the Werewolf Bodyguards worse. You maybe want to have pylons on over the Werewolf Bodyguards, and then I'm also kind of like, do we cut the reconstructions so that we're not as clunky? This is maybe a little damning, but I'm gonna do this. Change. What I'm leaning towards at the moment is that the Werewolf Bodyguards are great, but just have I'll weak Kidge because the amount of removal and board wipes our opponent's going to be playing. But we can play these in the Elf Shell off of the like Sanctuary lands, then still be able to play Collector Company and Chamber of the Pack fine. And be super happy about that. Playing the Elf lands instead of the white sources. He actually helps our mana base out a bit as well. But we'll go over that some more when we get around to the wrap up at the end of the video. That's how I'm kind of starting to think about it. We'll play. It will keep. We still just lead on Sentinel. But to be honest, it doesn't actually make that much difference. It means we have something in play. They have mulliganed. We'll see what they have come up with. But yeah, interesting one. I apologise. There's a bit of hissing. My computer's tanking at the moment. Being a little louder than normal. But if I turn my gain down, you just won't be able to hear me, and I'll start cutting out even more than I do already, which is rough. So I'm maybe gonna look to upgrade soon. I'm trying to fix it in the meantime. Keep Sanctuary, Sentinel, and we'll get into the red zone. And then next turn we can look to Company, look to Vivian. Well, Company, not Vivian. So the absolute, like, yeah, Negate's an interesting one. I'll conceal the Uberin team. I'm just gonna pass here. Like, obviously telegraphing Company, but kind of has to give them some pause about doing stuff. Then also if they cat out the Company, we can just do. I'm gonna do this now. We get some mana, guys. Just the idea being that if they remove some of this stuff, we can just slam a Vivian next turn. So we're a little faster, but got a little unfortunate with our Company there. I can't complain too much. I was playing for top 8 of an RCQ, 122 player RCQ at the weekend, and my opponent in the last match like had multiple Companies into like one halfling, like two mana creatures, and live and die by the Company here. I'm gonna shock. 5. I'm just gonna take any action. Do you think they brought actual counter magic in? I would have thought they boarded Negates out, but that's maybe not true. I'm gonna jam this. Yeah, we know land on top. We will make a trample attacking. Alright, there's one of these things where if they want to use this turn to cycle a land, or cast some kind of draw spell, another omen. Impulse is interesting as well. I have to think, like, there's a lot of fluff here. Actually, in fact, Impulse is, like, I don't know exactly what that deck contains, but I'm a big proponent of, oh jeez, a big proponent of I think very close to just having a very solid Beanstalk shell. The flashy elements are play a bit oddly with like just in ways as we want to play sorcery speed, and then alright, never mind. Second Chamber Sanctuary is fine. I kinda want to downtick this. Like downtick that? Get a Decrown Visionary. It's a weird one. Making a beast is good, but then this also lets us tutor for like a card advantage engine, which is pretty powerful, to be honest. It's pretty great, pretty great. I was thinking, did we see Assault I Source last game? We definitely did. Because we saw Pibolt. I'm gonna play into this first. We unfortunately don't have a ton of scope to play around things. They have like Shadow's Verdict and some other stuff up next turn. I'm gonna hold it just Spirit Sentinel. Worst comes to worst, we've got lethal attacks, and then also we can cast this into this to draw cards if we get to. Otherwise, we're kind of getting wrathed anyway. At which point, fair enough. What if we lost? Our opening board that kind of got cleared was only mana creatures. That's pretty good. There is a Shadow's Verdict, so can feel a bit vindicated here. But we still need to draw pretty well. We do not want to Seiji this. I will hold it with Seiji. We can at least pretend we've got a cut as a company. But we are at the point in the game where our partner's done enough stuff. The other thing that's notable is these Shaper Sanctuaries have not been that great. They're really, or at least this game, like we still go for the throat game 1. Like we predict like maybe they have like some other targeted removal. But thus far, blowing up the, maybe that's right. We're getting him a land. It probably is. In theory, there's something better we can hit with this AG, but we are. Including just playing it as a land and now we have the white sources. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to have a Reconstruction in the deck, but yeah, awkward. Okay. Yeah. Actually, okay, shot. Oh, emoji ultimate. I'm just curious to what they get here. I'm probably gonna concede in a second, but hey. Having the correct number of white sources to be able to cast Reconstruction is pretty hard. You can maybe sack off some black sources on Shaman, but it's rough. Yeah, this one is done. So I'll play another match. So I'll see that. And into match number 3. Opponent is on the play, but this hand looks okay. These Werewolf Bodyguards, again, we kind of need a white source for. So changing to use like secluded courtyards, unclaimed territories, does kind of clean this stuff up where we have like black and white sources. We do have a very powerful hand anyway, especially now we've got the War Master. We still probably go Druid on turn 2. If this is mono green, then we can kind of, they won't have a way to interact with this, we get to untap and do a bunch of stuff. We're still like in a bit of a racing situation. They're going to have a lot of mana here. Potentially be able to turn 3 Storm the Festival, which is tough to come back from. But we're going to give it a go. We have Shaman, which is good. Do they have it? They do have a turn 3 Storm the Festival. That's kind of best possible for them. Okay, land Logos Troll at the end of the day, not the end of the world. There's a couple of things going on here actually, so I want to use this mana to... Sure, either way it works out. We'll take the Old Grey Troll as devotion. Now that they've got 2 Wolf of the Havens on a land, that kind of cuts us out. Excuse me. Cuts us off of being able to like interact with land or else to stop them casting the storm. We could just have one. Cavalier here is not banned. We have a Werewolf Bodyguard. And we have a bunch of mana coming off of the Circle of Dreams still. Land here. Go white, white, green. I'm fairly. They have 1, 2. Oh, we got triggers off War Master as well. Good point. Sorry. Let me actually maths. So if we get rid of this. Oh. This is the point. They can survive either way, but we... Or they don't block. Alright, well. Game 2. We want the Reclamation Sages, we want the Pylons, these are like based on any piece of interaction. The Knight of Shadow is something getting life, that's not really anything here, similar with Vivian, like we just have interaction. From our perspective, we want to take out some of our slower cards. The Werefox Bodyguards, while we're nice there, they're not that great. Having a couple of them I think is good. They don't have ways to interact with them, which is interesting. It's another one where I'm like, we're not playing it sweeper, so I want to cut Reconstruction. It's fairly damning, I think. On a board pretty minimally. So keeping the bodyguards, pile onto the planeswalkers. Like the second one here is probably. Oh wait, what? Keep pile onto our bodyguards. Doing recon. Okay. Oh boy, like that. Yeah, I guess my conclusion is to not end up playing Reconstruction. I will. The deck list that I put in the description will be like an updated one from the one I play in the video. So I will update that to have recons out and update the mana base a little bit. Maybe showcase that at the end of the video as well when I do the wrap up. But yeah, we'll keep this. We have like a little bit of interaction. Part of the problem with mono green is that they can have creature heavy draws, that they can have like draws that are just like no one drop Willow, Haven, Kiora. We kind of have to deal with all of them. We still have a turn where we can't interact with this. We are at least getting to develop pretty well. Cavalier here. Not that next boss is fine. So we have company and we have pile on. Let's company first. White, green, whatever. Company, see what we hit. Oh dear. But that's really bad because it means we can't even pile on now. So we are in the veg zone. This is not ideal. They had the land anyway, but they're going to be able to do a lot more than they would be able to. We're going to at least kill the Cure. It's only got one Nicholas activation. They have the Haven too. Okay, Haven we can interact with. We can interact with this and this, but yeah, if we hitting no creature of the company is particularly bad because we at least get the third creature we need to be able to convert to pile on if we hit one. Okay, live by company, die by company. We're on a Shaman of the Pack or Bust plan at the minute. Sort of. See how things go. We might not even get there. Well, see what they hit off Shaman here, but I don't know what they'll actually. Oh, right. Yeah. The bonus next boss. 22. Cavalier. Gone through some of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we like draw company into exactly double shaman, then we don't quite win. Close. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we leave them at 2. We don't have another cheap elf to play. We have 1, 2, 3 mana guys. Oh, my client's crashing. Right, okay. So bizarre. Now everything's working again. Let's submit. Okay, get to be able to play. See how game 3 goes. Yeah, unfortunately missing that company on that company ruined us there. We have double mana elf. I think I'm gonna keep this. We have some interaction with Reclamation Sages, but Warmaster is really strong. Risky, but I think given double elf, double Warmaster, we can keep it and get away with it. We'll see. Give it a risk on. Apparently did also mulligan. We do have an elf start. We hit our land. Nice, because it means you are like ooh, powerful elf thing on turn 2. So do they have Haven or do they have... If they have Haven, we're in like a really good spot. If they have a Troll, we are in a really awkward spot. Fiora's kind of best of both worlds. Ooh. No, why? What is happening to me today? Am I getting DDoSed? Problem? Okay, we're apparently back. Company is better than Warmaster, so that is. What on earth is happening?
Great to fight.
I'm gonna lose it. Okay, sure. We in the chat Wolf of Haven. This is still so bad.
Let's get moving.
I'm going to have to play this. Just like about the same. Losing due to arena crashes is just very miserable. Forgive me. Okay. Yeah. We got double visionary. Attack through or even Warmaster. Thinking amount of guys actually probably correct because we've got the Warmaster activation already. Alright. Cavalier isn't the end of the world yet. They've not got a Nixos. Alright. Well, Circle of Doomsday is one way to do it. Let's go ahead and deny them some more mana. Okay. I think we maybe lose the Khan. What do we play fetch? I think we give them a turn here. This is the for some reason I thought we had 6 mana and I was just better. But this lets us activate. May or may not just be tilted from but
Nature flows, one drop, ripples and grows.
Pylon plus. So now we're like in a position where we still have to do this. We're just taking Khan out of the equation. Way through the graveyard. So if they point Sky Sovereign at the Circle of the Dream Druids, we're in trouble. If they somehow point anything else, we win the game. So I assume they'll point at the Druid. The right thing to do. They know what's up. In the bin. Yeah, if we played this a ton earlier, we just phase. Maybe main phase because we can hit some relevant stuff that lets us attack. Yeah. So we know we've got 2 lords on the bottom of the library as well. Oh, yeah, they can trip now. Yeah. Alright, we win that one. I played this last game horribly. We should have just slammed the Druid the first time we were able to. I just thought we had more mana than we did. With the crashes and stuff. But hey, let's go to post game. Let's de-tilt and have a think about the deck a bit. Alright, welcome into the post game wrap up. Had some interesting games with Elves there. Had some wins. Had a bit of sloppy play from me and tilted with the DCs. We did miss out on a collective company. Had a couple of unfortunate moments, but hey, 2-1 overall across the match we played. Over to the keys of the deck. The actual, Wilds of Eldraine has been really, really good. Versus decks with tons of removal and sweepers. Really awkward, you take the Shrill Druid, they get swept away. Versus Mono Green, though, being able to take the Trolls and the Cavaliers, then kind of deny them devotion, really, really strong there. And also just an interaction for Greasefang, which we didn't see. Anyway, also really good. The Reconstructions and the way we've got a mana base here is a little rough. You need to have black sources to cast Shaman in the pack. But you need triple white for Kyla's Reconstruction. You can kind of get around these needing different colours by playing creature type lands. You can't get around it for this. And then we also it's just a little clunky. And then versus a lot of the more tempo-y matchups, it's just a bit too slow. And so I think actually, going forward, I want to make the deck look like this. So we made a few different changes here. A couple of things. So we've cut out the Reconstructions. That's 4 cards. We've also changed the mana base. So you've got Unclaimed Territory here and Secluded Courtyard, both of which we can name elves with, and then they tap for both black for Shaman in the pack and white for Bodyguard. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The other change is a couple of Temple Gardens here. We've also added the Lair of the Hydra back into the mana base. Helps out versus control decks. Kind of like we saw there, where they've got sweepers. We can use this to finish them off. Really, really handy. And then kind of to reflect what we've done in the main deck, we've changed a couple of things there as well. So because we don't need to try and pay white, 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 I've cut down to 2 Spirit Sentinels. And then kind of to lean into more of the Werewolf Bodyguard stuff, because we have both Werewolf Bodyguard, Shaman of the Pack, and then also kind of Warmaster and the Crown, which we should tutor for in a pinch. I actually really am starting to like Cord more. And so I'm playing 2 copies of Cord alongside the 4 collector companies to still have some way to dig for the cards we need, especially when we're boarding into sideboard cards. As you tutor up Scavenging Ooze, the Knight of the Dusk Shadow versus Angels, Rex Age obviously is amazing. And then kind of to facilitate Cord, we're also playing for Dwynen's Elite, which, because we have creature interaction with Werewolf Bodyguard, being able to go for a normal elf beatdown plan is actually a bit more viable. And then this also lets you go wide to have enough bodies with Warmaster for the kill. Yeah, very, very solid. And also makes creatures for Shaman of the Pack, so synergizes really, really well that way as well. And so I'm going to leave both lists in the description in case you want to try and test out the Reconstructions of yourself. I do think there's a good Reconstruction build of Elves, but you need to be a little bit more careful, perhaps, and lean more in on having enough white sources. You can still play Shaman, but there's some other things there. There are also some other good builds, I quite like Tyvar. I've played a bunch of Tyvar Elves or a couple of different decks with that on the channel, so feel free to check them out. If you want to see me take this build, this new build, kind of through some matches, or maybe even an event, let me know in the comments, and I'll event to do that for the next one. Yeah, this is where I am at the minute. As far as the sideboard goes, pretty happy with everything. Like I say, this Knight of the Dust Shadow is just me particularly hating Angels. You can feel free to cut this for something else. Maybe a full Scavenging Ooze for Greasefang. Similarly, again, the Shape of Sanctuaries weren't that great versus that fight that we Orion deck we played against. They're really, really relying on supers, whereas against something like red-black, against black-green, which has become more popular with Moss or Dread Knight, Shape of Sanctuary is going to draw you a bunch of cards. It'd be very, very valuable. Vivian has been excellent and was excellent in the matches we played. And I quite like the pylons as well. You can even try and move some of these into the main deck, but you need to be a little careful there. The Werewolf Bodyguard is probably enough interaction. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, please do give it a like and maybe share it around and maybe subscribe if you're not already. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.